you know, and you're going to say, you know, I really think it's a good idea to set deadlines. I would, you know, say something to the effect of like.
When we went to the chambers in May, that we asked them to push this move it into the conversation phase. Fortunately, when folks showed up on the meeting on Tuesday night, they're hoping for something a bit more substantive, and they felt that there was a lot of rehashing of stuff that we've been through for the last 20 years. And so it's important to have that conversation, but it's also important to make sure that there are some type of benchmarks and some type of timelines for us to get these things accomplished, so we're not sitting here having the same conversation 20 years later. So what we're here to do is ask the leadership committee, the transportation leadership, to set a schedule of these public meetings, to bring them out into the community, not just have them at the county center, but also ensure that there's a geographical representation of folks to have their say in the transportation conversation, and that there's a plan. From this, there's an ultimately they want to create a plan that is transformative of the transportation needs in Hillsborough County. It's not just we're going to create a metro rapid east and west, and there we've solved transportation for good in Hillsborough County. We want to actually have something that serves the population, that gives every Hillsborough County resident an option for transportation.
Well, what do you really want, Tim? I mean, right? I mean, we need light rail in this community now.
I'd like to see it. Ultimately, more important than what I'd like to see is to ensure that there is a robust public input for it, and so that all the needs of the community get met, so we can actually ask, someone in East Hillsborough why rail is important to them, or why bus improvements are important to them. We need to have that conversation. Those answers need to be answered those questions need to be answered by this policy committee, and they can't do that by having 18 months of what we experienced Tuesday night.
Now, what I heard was that there was a lot of anger because the county commissioners weren't there, the mayors of the city of Tampa, City, Terrace weren't there. All the park leader wasn't there, right? I mean, you guys wanted those people to be there. They were there.
Yeah, we'd like for the members of the leadership committee to be present at some of these policy groups. I think what is most important, as long as people feel that this is moving forward in a direction that's actually going to accomplish the goal, as opposed to having conversations and having more conversations month after month, that to them they didn't see what the end goal of that was, and they didn't see the substantive materials that came out of that. And to be honest, I didn't either. I felt that there was just 5 questions that had nothing to do with really the long-term needs of the community. So what we're doing actually on top of this press conference, we've actually released an online petition that we're going to be gathering. We actually collected that night after people walked out. I think it was 66 people signed out. I think it was a third of the people who showed up there said that they want a plan. We demand a plan for transportation in Hillsborough County. So we're going to put that out online. We did take some videos, some 1-minute videos of attendees from the meeting. So we'll also put those on our Facebook page, and we'll share those out with media, and I'll make sure I get those to you.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
You want?
Yeah. Lots of time. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, so why are you here? Why do you want to talk to the press today?
Well, we really want to tell them what our take is on what happened the other night.
Okay.
165 people came out. The vast majority of those people are waiting. Some of us, it's just 40 years for this county to move forward. And there's a fear that it's just going to be more talk. So we want to make sure that the people that we invited to come, it doesn't change here in Hillsborough County, to know that there is a schedule, there is a process, and that they're going to be included in that process, and that there'll be meetings like that all over the county, and that they'll set a schedule for those meetings and stick to it and give adequate public notice. No one knew about that schedule until 2 weeks before the date, which is not really enough time to get the word out to everyone. Yet, the place was packed. They didn't expect 150 people to fill every seat in the county center, and then for people to be in the overflow area. But also, we need to make sure that there's a schedule set up for what this transportation commission does. What's the process? How and when are they going to make those decisions? So that we know that we're going to arrive at a conclusion to this process. It's not going to be an indefinite
So like essentially what happens is
feel good kind of talks.
I heard, we know that the big members of this commission or the transportation board here, the county commission, the mayors were not at the meeting. And I read Mark Sharp said he was told not to attend. Do you know why that was?
Well, county staff who were running the process thought that this should be the public's meeting, and if elected officials attended, being elected officials, they would want to engage and speak themselves, but they wanted to make sure that the public had its chances of working. I think that approach is debatable, but I think there is a time and place for county commissioners and mayors and that. It's clear correctly, and I hope that it's included in the schedule.
Right.
Because there are a lot of great stories that were told, and there's a tape, and there's a transcript. I just hope that they take time to hear those stories and listen to what people have to say.
Right.
There was
clamorous excitement when this board got together and started having some meetings a couple of months ago, I guess it was. So everything to you, right, was going okay until Tuesday night.
Well, yeah, except that this process has been pushed back already a couple of months. And if we push it back
transportation leadership,
Hillsborough more months, and there's always a month or two delay in each 6-month phase, then it could easily tack on another year. And there are things happening, that this needs to dovetail into.
Right.
There's the NPO planning process. There are lots of things happening in the entire Bay Area. As you know, Pinellas County is going to move forward with its referendum next year. And Ken Hagan just walked out the door a little while ago to go and talk to his office. Now, last night we had the Bieber back out here. 19,000 going to see Justin Bieber. And I talked to people who tried to go to the Bucks game, who live in South Tampa. Traffic jam is just incredible. Now, imagine if we do fulfill Major Soccer, we have a baseball stadium. We have 30,000 every day. We have 20,000 happening the same night. That's 2.5 times more people. How do you get to see this city grow in the way that it could? Better transportation options for people to get to big events like that and to get to their jobs. It's our biggest economic problem.
And isn't it Ken, you mentioned Ken Hagan and Bob Buckhorn, but Bob Buckhorn doesn't really have he's the city of Tampa where this things works. It's the county, and you need 4 commissioners to vote to ultimately, spend money to do this thing. So you need to persuade 4 county commissioners, because we heard that 3 commissioners are supportive of this, basically, right? So that's what you have. That's what your group has to really do and target this.
Right. And there are some people there the other night, I'll tell you, who are skeptical of the county's ability to serve people who live in places like Riverview and Apollo Beach that are currently underserved. And they're a little cynical about Hart's ability or willingness to serve them. We need to be able to serve all the people in this county and give them choices that work for them and design a system that will work. And not pretend that we're starting from scratch. We've been drawing maps and planning for decades. We've got a lot of data, a lot of information to come up with a plan. I know that it's going to take a while to do that. We just want to make sure that they do go forward. They get involved with our meetings all over the county at times and places that are accessible, so that they can have their say, because people really care about this more than anything else. And just contacting, talking to people the last few months at different street events, emailing people, calling people on the phone.
Hagan told everybody, so now they had to
never seen this sort of thing where people say, yes, I want to see a change. Yes, I'm not happy with what we have right now. Yes, we need to improve it. And I think even people who stood and said, don't give us a tax increase for light rail system will acknowledge that there is a need to improve our transportation system. I don't know of anybody who's happy with our transportation system, and if they are, they're probably someone who doesn't have to go to work every day like the rest of us do. All right, Phil. Thank you.
Phil,
So these are,
I'm happy to talk to you if you want to have a minute, but
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Good.
How are you?
I mean, last Tuesday.
There's a similar spot where you
And that's why we
Oh,
invited
okay.
all the cops. They all spoke and kind of had their opinions about it. So I'm going to let them kind of introduce themselves to you, and then you can ask them.
So hi Phil, how did you think about the overall meeting last week? Earlier this week?
So you were at the meeting, so you know. What did you
Well,
talk
I think Bert did a good
I
job.
can speak. There was a situation in which
All
we
perspectives.
that
I think it was very fair. They're skeptical.
the focus has been primarily on the greatest challenge and safety.
Our concern is that very compelling stories that be included in the
Clearly have a
And private part, public, do you think Hillsborough County or Tampa needs to be on their control? I think we have to bring government several years
I think there needs to be a legal share for the rest of the area.
county is back. Proponents did do as good a job all things considered.
Being all the financial burden.
What's happening in Dallas County now is
I think we're really past this time.
learned about why things should be put up. Because when you ask for more tax dollars, sure as that and I think that's only fair. And if people
Great.
learn
And so you were at the meeting?
yes, they say.
What you want to get across?
Well, what I wanted to get across was, first off, not have a meeting like that again. Because, we all sit there and talk. Everyone
I
wants
know you and I have a
something
lot of things
done.
we agree on. We have probably one or two
First
things.
thing was me. I was there.
A lot of the stories we heard, there's lanes,
That
transportation.
there's nothing really here for me. USF is here, but to me, I live in Florida. You can travel USF every day. It takes me about 30, 45 minutes. I would rather live in a city like Gainesville, Madison, where there's a system I can use everything that I can use. I don't want my schedule to be strict around
They're not likely
traffic
to get
or
together
the
with
bus
cars.
stops. I'd like to see something done here personally. Before I go off, I'd like to see something done next year. I'd like to see competitive
There is a good process. Looks like the county.
dates and goal sets for how to transportation to do something about this.
I'll get you back to trails.
Rico,
For people who are up and doing that,
yes, they do. I mean, we lived here for 15 years. We lived here for
that's
Boston,
on the shelf for a couple of village.
Northeast. We got transportation everywhere. All right, look down here, car. And other than that, there's no option.
Especially
My father used to.
We ride our bikes, so we're a biker.
My mother, right.
Haven't been on well. Maybe we'll take a trip down the
The
south.
problem was the
Well,
rate
yeah,
bus
when
was
it's
only as far as the Brandon Ball. So we had to take the car, drive on 60 all the way down to Brandon Ball, hop on the bus for 2 hours. That was ridiculous. It was a whole day.
no one's going to be
my
happy
dad.
until
And that's
they
the
have a shiny train.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know what you. I didn't know where anyone else indicate that's what they.
I want to see a
If
timeline.
you do indeed have a wireless system, that's a part
Decisive action.
comprehensive system. All types of
Sort of
some
strung
people say
along
I
through
go
the
with this
Tuesday night. There was a lot
No,
of
of course not.
potential healing and
Very high density points downtown and West Shore.
we need to have a perfect schedule.
Downtown. Places where it's a lot of because it happens to be moving a lot, getting a lot of traction.
We need to have precise schedules to exactly.
And so,
Transportation is only one
look at it. Where would rather less transport?
land use decision.
How do these things work together?
I just went into business down there.
Yeah, I live in San Juan Heights.
I really like your guys' skills for assembly and
And the Metro Rapid is an interesting.
you go to
Yeah, I was disappointed that there was some staff there. And there was some city council.
Bus runs. They don't have the exact schedule or time listed as a bus stop. So you have to figure I must do this one, but that's not right.
you really
And there'll be another one coming on.
really I did it
That's how bus systems work. But in order to get that bus system to work, buses frequently enough. So now's now. That's their plan. Buses running every 10 to 15 minutes all over the county. You might know it's not really. You would assume that there's no buses running ever. That's all. buses running after midnight, starting at 5 6.
Seems like the embryonic success of Metro Avenue.
But if you in order to get that, this is your system. Nellis, for instance, that job you plan on half the money goes to
Yes, I know. I actually want to talk to you about
I think that's what's
we're going to be highlighting
drivers.
we can make them in a pretty short period of time.
Some people say, well, light rail, that's going to be
I don't want to do full on thing.
have the bus system. Then you'll have
Our goal is to during
running in place.
one or two things. So like one of the pedestrian one we want to do is actually just think we did is
Well, we all taken the position of how to fund
South America. We're literally like
No.
no. It was treat pedestrians like royalty, and they literally got they went to these busy, terrible intersections. We got these like four cars, so that everybody was like paying attention to the pedestrians to like safely walk across. The board players are actually like there we go. That sounds perfect. But I want to do something more cycling that's still interesting and highlighting problems, but isn't like
But I think the Metro Rapids is an example of how the bus, the point is, if you have a bus that runs
yeah.
and it's an express bus and it gets people where they want to go, the stops are
Yeah.
yeah, you can catch them at the stop if you don't mind walking. And with the cloudy days we're having, it's not so bad.
It's going to get caught in the
They
storm.
feel what happens is when you go every 10 to 15 years, you have more people choosing, more money entered into
You want
the
to
system.
just
Yeah, I mean, it's
Riders.
you choose
That's what we're saying with Metro Rapids. So it shows that principle works. If you have such a system countywide, you bring in a lot of revenue from people choosing this. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right.
There's something called the breaking points for superintendent.
So you got everything?
Yeah. Well, you know, I was.
I don't want to get hurt.
That's right. I can ride.
Hey, how are you doing? What's today going on?
I could turn over my staff, but yeah, but anyway, but I mean, I do this. But anyway, so we know, so that's why that. But I wanted to talk about it. I know it's staked out there, but I know I don't have that much time to wait, so I mean, I would see what happens.
So far, so good. So,
Yeah, I was going to say that. Okay, all right.
services
All right.
and the land use.
Yeah. All right.
We have to come back here twice today now for two different careers. Thanks to baseball.
Take care. Nice to meet you.